What's good, you guys? You know who it is, man. It's your boy, Mr. Relentless Lex, and I'm back like I never left this mother. Yes, Sirski. Hello, somebody. All right, so it says here, we have Rihanna suing Chris Brown with Warner Brothers for $500 million. Bro, that is crazy. $500 million? What the world did he do? That's just crazy, boy. Boy, everybody out for $1 times 500 million. That's crazy. But we gonna get into it, you guys. Let's go. Spicy.
Child, every single time we think that Chris Brown might beat the drama of his messy past, something new pops up that proves us wrong. He has been on a mission to convince us that he's a changed guy, and some people have been seeing this new side of him. But the next thing we knew, Warner Bros. Released a wild documentary about Chris's past, and well, let's just say that it did not show him in a good light. The streets are saying that Warner Bros. Might be out to destroy Chris, and honestly, it's not hard to believe. Well, Chris is not going down easy because he just filed a massive lawsuit against Warner Bros. Exposing the massive conspiracy against him. Girl, you need to be sat for this because Chris is dragging
Bro,
Warner.
is everybody out for $1, bro? Everybody is out for $1. Bro, that took place when this guy was 17 years old. When him and Rihanna had the domestic violence thing going on, right? 17, he was 17, bro. This guy's over 30 years old now, and they still trying to. That's crazy.
By their edges, and he is ready to take it all the way there with them. So let's break it down. Okay, so usually when a major house like Warner House does a documentary on a celeb, it's either because they've done something pretty great in their career or they committed a serious offense. So imagine how surprised we were when Warner Bros. Announced a documentary based on Chris Brown. The documentary is titled Chris Brown, A History of Violence, and it explores the past allegations of SA and
a whole documentary.
Well, Chris
That's
was
crazy.
not about to let this fly, and he filed a lawsuit accusing them of unfairly damaging his reputation, especially due to the inclusion of a woman whose prior allegations were dismissed in court. In the lawsuit, Brown accuses the company of knowingly spreading falsehoods, false information for profit, the suit reads, adding that the film's creators were fully aware of the woman's discredited claims. However, Warner Bros. Is denying that they damaged his reputation. They say that there's a lot of information online about his legal history, so there's no way to prove that their documentary actually had any sort of negative effect on his career. They even brought up his conviction for the 2009 incident with Rihanna and how he got probation after pleading guilty. This is a very messy
Bro, it is a very messy situation. But the thing about it is messing up his career because it's trying to repaint an image of him that he already got past that part of his life, bro. He already got past that part of his life, and now they want to bring him back up and make a documentary about the boy? Well, about the man, because he's older now? They out for $1. Middle finger to Warner Brothers, bro. That's crazy.
situation. On the other hand, they have a point, as the internet is filled with reports of Chris's shenanigans, starting from his altercation with Rihanna. Rihanna claimed that the fight started because she suspected that he was cheating on her. In an interview, Rihanna said, "I caught him in a lie, and he wouldn't tell the truth, and I wouldn't drop it. I couldn't take that he kept lying to me, and he couldn't take that."
Right there. She said, I caught him in a lie. And she said, I couldn't drop it. So who do y'all think initiate the fight in the car? Really, she's not saying she caught him in a lie. People lie all the time. But, bro, she said, I couldn't drop it. That's when things took a turn for the worse.
I wouldn't drop it. It escalated into him being violent towards me, and it was ugly. I was battered, I was bleeding, I was swollen in my face. She also admitted that the relationship was super toxic, saying, "The more in love we became, the more dangerous we became for each other, equally dangerous, because it was a bit of an obsession." Many people try to defend him like that thing with Rihanna was forever ago. He's not the same guy anymore. But honestly, it doesn't really feel like he's taking real responsibility. Every time it gets brought up, he just gets angry or goes off on people instead of showing he's actually grown. For example, do y'all remember how he flipped out on fans when they dragged Chloe Bailey for making a song with him? He wrote, "If y'all still hate me for a mistake I made as a 17-year-old, please kiss my whole entire ASS. I'm effing 33. I'm so tired of y'all running with this narrative. You weird people are the same ones that tune in every week to see Blueface and Krishan the F out of each other in front of the world. But that's okay. It's entertainment. All y'all can suck my D disrespectfully. Where are the cancel culture with these white artists that dates underage women out of their wives, giving women AIDS? He continued, where are the cancel culture with these white... Oh,
He
that's
got a
right.
point.
They are your buddies. No more
He
fake
do
love
have a
for me.
point.
Stay out of my way or get ran over. Simple as that. None of you, and I mean none of you guys, can F with me. But here's the thing. Rihanna wasn't the only one. His ex, Karrueche Tran, went through it too. Back in 2017, she filed for a restraining order against Chris after they broke up, and the stuff she said in those court documents was seriously alarming. She said he had punched her in the stomach and even pushed her down a flight of stairs a few years before filing. But she stayed quiet back then because he was still on probation for the Rihanna case, and speaking up would have only made things harder for both of them, but especially for her. Karrueche also claimed...
And yo, speaking of Karrueche, bro, y'all know who she's allegedly supposed to be dating right now? From what I heard now, they say that Karrueche is dating Deion Sanders. Yes, old school Deion Sanders, the football player. Prime time. Hey, to each their own, man. Love is love, I guess. But that's what I heard now. Maybe I'm wrong, though. That's the last little bit of tea I had got about Deion, though.
That Chris had threatened her life, telling her that if he couldn't have her, no one else would. But even after they split, Chris kept harassing her and her friends, which is what pushed her to finally get a restraining order. And if you think it ends there, think again. He's even shown aggression towards his own mom. While he never physically hurt her, he acted out in other ways. Like when he went to rehab for anger management after the whole Rihanna situation, his mom visited and they got into a major argument. According to reports, Chris's mom showed up for a family session and was urging her son to stay in the facility for extended treatment. Apparently, Chris violently disagreed with her and in a fit of anger threw a rock through her car window, shattering it. There's also the time when Chris and Sue jumped Charles Bush over some long-standing beef that Chris didn't even remember why. Charles claimed he was surrounded by 7 to 10 of Chris's friends who punched and kicked him. He also claims an entourage member known as Hood Boss threw a chair at his head. Charles wasn't the only one who got jumped because Larry Parker also claimed that Chris sent his friend Yella Beezy and co. to F up Parker, chasing him into a dead-end staircase with a locked door. Parker said he was punched and kicked in his head for more than 10 minutes after Chris encouraged all of his companions to get a piece of the action. Well, they all filed a lawsuit against Chris, and their lawyer said, "We filed a suit last night alleging that on Saturday night..."
Bro, 10 minutes getting kicked in the head is a long time, bro. You should have been asleep after a couple of seconds. You remember it was 10 minutes?
In Fort Worth, entertainer Chris Brown, along with his entourage, attacked and brutally beat several men who had just attended his concert. Multiple police reports have been made. At least one of the men beaten remains hospitalized. Chris Brown reportedly has a long history of violence and has been arrested or accused of assault on at least 10 occasions. Enough. The lawsuit the Busby law firm has filed seeks damages on behalf of the 4 men brutalized with the hope of
I should have known he was somewhere in the picture
and putting an end once and for all to the intolerable and thuggish behavior set forth in the lawsuit. Oh, and let's not forget how he tried to jump Tiana Taylor, even though they have been friends for years. In fact, she was one of the few celebs who defended him after that mess with Rihanna, and she came this close to being canceled because of it. In an interview with Vibe magazine, Tiana said, "A lot of people were jumping on different bandwagons and I really felt like that was whack. Before the incident between him and Rihanna, Chris had always been my brother. When we met, we clicked instantly, from our fashion styles to our love of basketball to dancing to everything. I've known him for 4 years and I was one of the only people that stood by his side when the situation happened." But then things took a turn after the 2022 AMA Awards. Chris was set to perform a tribute to Michael Jackson, and Tiana Taylor was involved in the performance, but she ended up pulling out, and not long after, the AMAs announced that they were canceling Chris's performance altogether. This came after they got dragged for giving Chris a platform despite his messy past with women. An insider revealed that the higher-ups became uncomfortable with the prospect of a convicted domestic abuse feting an alleged child molester on a Disney network. For some reason, though, fans seem to think Chris blamed Tiana for the performance getting canceled. I have no idea how he came to that conclusion, especially since the AMAs gave their own explanation. But hey, that's just Chris for you. He tried to jump her at a surprise birthday party that Usher threw for him, and when Usher tried to defend Tiana, he got into it with Usher. We could go on and on, but I think y'all get the point. Chris has a very long history of problematic behavior, and Warner Bros had a point about how it's all out there on the internet. But on the other hand, they were messy AF for making it into a documentary and including testimony that had been struck out in court. But I want to hear your thoughts about this.
Man, that's crazy. What, bro? Leave that man alone, bro, respectfully. leave that man alone, bro. He's did his probation time. He's done his community service from the Rihanna. The boy was 17 years old. Okay, maybe he did get into some altercations and all that with his entourage. Bro, but as an artist, you guys probably don't understand. Oh, when you have some type of celebrity style, like lifestyle, people are going to test you every day. Damn it. Because they want them lawsuits on you. So what do? Not defend yourself? You got to defend yourself. And your security getting paid to defend you. Bro, I think Warner Brothers is just wanting the money, of course. They just bringing us some other old, I hate to curse, but shit. Yeah, I'm going to curse. They bring us some old shit. They try to get in that boy pockets, man. And that ain't right, none whatsoever. That is not right. They're trying to come up. And the Busby, the lawyer dude, y'all know how Busby do, bro. Y'all know how Tony Busby do, bro. He's attacking these black male figures with the high celebrity statuses out here. That's his thing. That's his thing. But you guys tell me what y'all think down below in the comment section. Make sure you comment, like, and subscribe. We back like we never left. You heard?